Hey everybody, Craig here. I am the co-founder of Arro. I'm going to give you a full end-to-end demo of our product. Before I do, I just want to give you a little bit of context about why we started this in the first place. So Arro is about helping teams build better products using AI-powered research. And to do that in practice, what we're allowing is this new format of AI-enabled interviews. So if you think of something that has the depth and the qualitative insights you get from more of like a standard customer one-on-one discussion, with the scale that you would have from a survey. We can send it out to tens or hundreds or even thousands of people. So if you click on New Interview, you'll be able to start one from scratch. In this case, I've actually created a workspace for Slack. It's a little bit more relatable that way. So imagine I'm a product manager in Slack. I want to talk to more of my customers. So I'll click in here. I've created this interview called Trial Uptake. And the purpose of this is to understand from our existing customers who have just finished a 30-day trial and they've used some of the Pro Plan features. What do they think about it? So I've created the name. I have a little welcome message, which is going to be like the business card. You'll see in a sec, there's a welcome page before the respondent starts. Capture their name and email. Then in the back end, we're sending over this information to our model. So it has more context about what it is they're trying to ask. So in this case, at the end of the 30-day trial, we want to learn about their underlying motivations. And lastly, then we have these outcomes. So these are like the higher level topics, which are not the questions, but they're the main themes that the interview is going to go and revolve around. I can change the order of these if I want. I can add more or less. For the purpose of this interview, I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. So to publish those, we go to the share link here. I'm going to copy that and just drop it into the browser. So this could be distributed by email, by text, however you see fit. Then imagine I'm a respondent now. So I just finished a 30-day trial of Slack and I'm going to fill this out. So there's the welcome message, a little bit more about the methodology, and I put in my details. Let's get started. So, Arro, an AI assistant, here to conduct an interview on behalf of the product team. Are you ready? Sure. You'll see we're streaming back these responses. It's super quick, no latency. It means it's a really nice user experience for the customer. What initially interested me in trying a Slack trial? Well, we're a remote team and we like the look of Slack huddles. So it's a paid feature to be able to do huddles across multiple members. How do we find it? It was good, but we ended up sticking with Zoom for our stand-ups. So as you can see here, it's pretty adaptive. The beauty of this is it's not like conditional logic in a survey. Whatever you answer, the AI will adapt to. So in this case, it wants to find out why Zoom was a better fit. We were able to use screen sharing, and it's just more commonly known. How likely am I to move to a Pro Plan? At this point, I think we're probably not likely. Anything else we want to, actually, I did find a bug. And again, you'll see that the AI is able to adapt like a good interviewer would. It's able to probe and learn a bit more. So what was the issue on iOS when you try a huddle with multiple people? It crashes. So it's taking a note of that. It might want to follow up with the respondent. Nothing else to report for now. That's the end of the interview. So I'm going to end the chat. Then you have this little thank you message. Okay. And now I'm going to jump into an example where this has been ongoing. So I'm going to pause. Imagine that now we come back the next morning. Maybe we sent this out overnight. Again, the beauty of this is it runs autonomously in the background. As a product manager, I don't have to do a huge amount of lifting, but I get a lot of insights back in return. So in this case, let's go to the trial uptake one that we just created. You'll see here that these are the individual submissions. So 34 in total, 28 completed. So I can hover over these. I can scroll down. I can see, for example, this one, Barry. He's an AI engineer at Intercom, works remotely. Okay, looks interesting. I want to find out more. So I'm going to go in. We're then conducting this analysis at the per individual level. So I can see that he was interested in testing it out. There was some automation features specifically around Jira that he wanted to try. But it looks like it was not a huge success. He was 3 out of 10 in terms of likelihood to actually commit to a Pro Plan. You can also go through some quotes here and find out what they said. And you can open up the full transcript. So you can go through the raw conversation and see the AI responses and the individual's responses. I can also navigate down through the submissions this way. So if I wanted to, I could see previous ones. Here's an example of actually a partial submission. So you can see that this wasn't completed. And you'll also get the filter there if you want to. So it's super helpful to do it that way. But the most helpful piece, we think, and what we're learning about is this overview. So this is like the aggregated section. So we're doing some analysis here for each interview, pulling it together and then doing some interesting stuff to try and give thematic insights around what's been learned. So in this case, I want to share this report. We've had 34 interviews, 28 of them completed, 82% response rate, just over 2 minutes per interview. So click on this, I'm going to make this link here. And now I could share this with someone in my team. And let's say I want to share it with my boss to tell them kind of what's happening. I get a summary of the different types of audience members who've responded, kind of showing that it's got a mixed value so far in terms of the responses. The themes that come out are super interesting. So feature exploration, people seem to just want to explore, which makes sense with the trial and see what they would get. But some of the specific value props like integrations and automation seem to be jumping out with specific tools like Trello and Salesforce Service Cloud. You've also got communication collaboration, unsurprisingly, for a tool like Slack, where they want to learn about things like Slack Connect, which you can send to external parties. Remote Teams comes up. Also got things like value prop and education. So it seems that people maybe aren't as aware of the different features that they should be on the Pro plan, and it might be helpful to provide some kind of ROI to show people who've taken a trial what the value is. Last but not least, we've got these opportunities. So this is where we actually take the insights and turn them into recommendations, which you can then actually put into your product roadmap, or maybe it's just the start of a further conversation to learn more. But the beauty of this is that you can see things like, okay, we need maybe more educational resources like instructional videos so people who do adopt Pro can understand how to use it. So this is kind of very quick overview of what we built. Hopefully it makes sense. We're really excited to roll this out in closed beta now. If you'd like to give it a try, please do go onto the website, leave your details, and we'll be in touch. Thanks a lot.